This story begins with a house, on a hill. A house, some say, is haunted. It is said that a witch, named Abby, owns the house, spending her days performing rituals and casting spells, while the ghosts scare off anyone who dare approach the house. Of the many who tried to get inside, very few have lived to tell the tale.
Boo! Hey, why didn't you run away? Aren't you afraid of ghosts? Nobody's scared of me these days. How did you get in here anyway? Oh, you came here for a pick-a-card reading. Abby is in her... she's not here. I know where she is. Follow me. Oops! Wrong room. This is for potions. Hey, wanna do a spell with me? There's a Halloween party tonight. Would you like to come? Oh, it's okay. You don't have to. I'll just take you to Abby now. Here we are. She's in, one of those rooms?
Hey there, Pile 1. So welcome to your reading. So today we are looking at what is being hidden from you. So this could be something that you're unaware of right now, something that's going on behind the scenes, something you're not seeing. So we have one main card that I drew for you today to get an overall energy for the reading, and then we'll get into the tarot and the oracle. Your card is Dragonfly. You bring light to this world. So dragonflies are about change, transformation, but they can also represent sort of sticking to our authentic selves as well, staying to our true self. And with some of the other cards that we have here, I feel like this is going to be a focus for you at the moment to try and look beyond to see what's really there within you, because you do bring light to this world and you do have a lot to offer the world. But we're going to get into the tarot cards and then your oracle. So with the tarot cards, let me read these ones out. We have the Moon, we have the Knight of Cups, and I just want to mention too, guys, seeing as I did point out the authenticity, I do a section on this channel, as some of you may be aware if you are subscribers, motivational talks with me. So I do a series of talks about key aspects of life, and the most recent one I have done is on authenticity, so you guys may want to watch that, and I will link that down in the description box next to your pile. So we have the Moon, we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Now I have clarified these cards. You guys got a couple more than the other piles. So with the Moon, the clarifiers we have are the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Cups. For the Knight of Cups, clarified by the Seven of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. And with the Ten of Pentacles there, clarified by the Eight of Swords. We also have two oracle cards today. We have Celestial Gatekeeper. Timing is critical with the number 7. 7 might be relevant to you. We also have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles there. So you may be seeing 777. And that is a very high divine number. So Spirit really may be working with you at this time in order for you to really manifest some miracles right now, I feel. So we also have confidence is your key to success. Confidence is your key to success. So new moon in Leo. So some of you may be a Leo. You may have that predominantly in your chart somewhere. I am seeing a lot of water energy here, guys, and of course with the moon that relates to Pisces. So some of you may be Leo, some of you may be Pisces, or maybe Leo, Pisces rising, or something of the sort, or the moon in Pisces, moon in Leo. Take it as it resonates, guys. Doesn't have to be that way, but it may be that way for some of you. And of course we've got the two pentacle cards here as well, so this could be earth sign for some of you as well, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And again, we do have a lot of cup cards, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Right. Now, I'm going to start off with the Moon card. So we do have that clarified by the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So the Moon can talk about a lot about intuition, all right, and it can also talk about fears as well. And that makes a lot of sense here because we do have over here the Eight of Swords. So you guys may be trying to manifest something into your reality right now. You may be working on a project with the Ace of Wands here. This is about new beginnings, right? Something creative. But there's some kind of lack or obstacle happening here where we're not really feeling like we're moving forward. We're not really seeing progress. We're unsure of where we're heading with this, I feel, with this Moon card, because there's a fear base here somewhere. So it's either we are reluctant, there's a reluctancy in moving forward, or perhaps we feel like we're trapped with this Eight of Swords here and we can't move forward. And this could be based on our fears. Now, sorry to mention it again, guys, but I do also have a motivational talk on fear, so you guys may be interested in watching that one as well. And I do talk about in that motivational talk about how fear actually doesn't exist. I don't believe that it exists. It's man-made. It's created by us. Therefore, it doesn't have any real value in our lives. We give it value, but it doesn't. At the core, it doesn't have any value. So, this is all illusion. And again, it's funny because the Seven of Cups in reverse talks about illusions. It's dreams and illusions. So I feel like you guys may be trapped in some kind of illusion right now that is stopping you from moving forward. And I think it's interesting too, because on this card, we have the two characters here who are sort of acting as puppets. They're tied up by the moon. So you may be feeling entrapped right now and unsure how to progress forward, right? You also may be very connected to the moon. So the moon cycles may be affecting you also. So you may feel like your emotions are sort of up and down, in and out, all kinds of, crazy, but that could be you having a connection with the moon. And what I like here on this the Eight of Swords card, is that you can see that as she's hanging out the window, that there's a sort of connection to the moon there as well from her headspace, so from the mind. So again, you guys may be feeling very connected to the moon and the cycles. So sometimes you may be wondering why you're feeling a certain way, and there could be a connection there with the moon, which you guys maybe know about or may be interested to look into. So with this Ace of Wands, the Ace of Wands is about new beginnings, right? It's about new projects, new things starting up for you. So this could be something that you have been wanting to do, and it's a new idea, it's a fresh idea, and you're wanting to get it started. Or what I'm going to say for you guys, because we do have the Knight of Cups and this Seven of Pentacles here, is it's something perhaps more likely from the recent past that you guys have already started. So this is something you're already aware of. Perhaps not energy that's due to come in, but it's probably more recent energy, I feel, for you guys. So with this Seven of Cups here, of course, this is, as I said, the Dreams and Illusions card, but we're talking about dreams here. It's in the upright. So this is you guys working towards your dreams. And you can see here, you've got the artist and he's painting something here. So it's like you guys are trying to create your future. You're trying to create something from a blank canvas, right? And you've been working perhaps very hard towards that, because we do have the Seven of Pentacles here. Now, the Seven of Pentacles can talk about feeling like you've really put in the effort to something, but you're not really seeing the results. But the key here really to this card is not so much about not putting in the effort, because, we can see here there's a tree, it's got the pentacles on it, so the seeds have been sown. And there are results here because there's pentacles that have grown on the tree. The tree has growth, right? And we see the person here with the blood coming out, the sap coming out of the tree. So there's blood and sweat and tears that you have put in to this project, right? You have done that. Now, the thing here is about this card is steady progress, okay? So you're not going to see results straight away, and we don't in general. I think sometimes people, we get really excited about something and we go full force, perhaps in that Knight of Cups energy, like charging ahead. We go full force with something and we expect to see results almost immediately. But the reality is that just doesn't happen. That's just not the way it works. And sometimes it can be down, if you resonate with that, to, if you believe in that, to divine timing, right? So in alignment with the universe, and sometimes other things in our lives have to line up in order for something else to be ready to manifest into our lives and come to fruition, right? So there is a wait period sometimes here with this Seven of Pentacles. So just because you're not seeing any results straight off doesn't mean that you're not going to see results in the near future, right? And so really also this is a card about perseverance. A little bit about patience, yes, but also perseverance. It's about continuing on despite not necessarily seeing the results straight off. So you are continuing the work, you're believing in your idea, you're still going with it, you're going, yes, I believe in this idea, and more importantly, right, I believe in myself, and I'm continuing to work forward with this because I know by the set of my intentions, right, and my belief in myself, that I can make this happen, I can make this work. I believe in myself, I believe in my dreams, I believe in this idea, yeah? So you guys, are taking on now that Knight of Cups energy. And, maybe, the Knight of Cups too, obviously being cups, an emotional sign, but, and representative of the divine feminine, right? So again, the emotions. But also too, this is someone who's very methodical, someone who is very practical. They take the necessary steps and they sort of lay it all out to like, okay, so this is my list of things to do. If you imagine when you go to the supermarket, right, this is my list of the things that I need to get from the supermarket. And, you know, maybe, or just in general going somewhere, you make that list of things to do and you prioritize things and you say, okay, I've got to go do this first. And, you know, so you guys may be in that mode with this project, or needing to be. If you haven't been, there's a call for you to become this Knight of Cups and take on that energy. But you guys, I feel, have already sort of done that, and you've been very methodical, which I think is sort of led a little bit to perhaps feeling like, why haven't these things happened? You know, I've done it right, I feel. You know, what I felt inside me is right. I've taken the necessary steps. You know, I've taken my time with it in the sense of I haven't tried to rush anything too much to where I've overlooked things that were important and all that sort of thing. But I'm still not seeing the results. But the thing is, again, you know, you've planted this seed. There's growth. This is already happening. And you may not be seeing this right now, right? Because we're talking about what's hidden. So things are happening in the background. Things are happening without you being aware of it. And it is like planting a tree or planting a flower or something of the sort, you know. You know, the days go by. You're not going to see that flower bloom overnight. But over time, you will see the changes. And again, change and transformation, right? You will see this happen. So, you know, just because you don't see something straight away doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get to your goals, your desires, all those kind of things. And we do have, right, the 10 of Cups here, which is emotional fulfillment. This is, you know, a lot of happiness here. Reaching that goal, feeling that emotional, what's the word I want to use? Satisfaction, contentment is what I wanted to say. Contentment, right? There's a lot of happiness here around this 10 of Cups card. But you guys don't just have the 10 of Cups. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, right? So you've got the emotional side of it, but you have the practical side of it as well. The material side, the stability, the finances, right? And I think this is interesting too, how this is portrayed, because the general 10 of Pentacles is portrayed in the Rider-Waite sense of, you know, the whole family with their castle, and you know, you've even got the dogs, and so it's like, you know, you've got your cake and been able to eat it too kind of scenario, right? So you've had everything that you could imagine having in your life. You've got it all. And I think it's interesting here because you've got two people who are playing chess with this person underneath who's holding the table up, and they've either taken a piece or they're hanging on to a piece that was removed from the board. But I just think it's interesting because this, to me, you know, obviously is being very strategic, like that Knight of Cups, and, you know, being very careful in the moves that we make, because, of course, you know, in chess, you really do have to think about the moves that you make before, you know. I used to play chess with my dad, and I was telling you, I still not very good, at chess. But I tried really hard every time to, you know, and my dad would get quite frustrated. He would sit there and he'd say, you know, are you going to make a move or not? You know, and I'd say, hang on, I'm thinking, I'm planning this out, I'm thinking, and I still would never win. My dad would always win. But I feel like this is your energy, right? You guys have been, no, I'm going to think about this. I'm not just going to act irrationally, right? I'm not just going to jump ahead and not think about my actions. I'm going to plan. I'm going to, you know, really think about this so that I am making the moves that I need to make to get to where I want to get to. So I feel like, there has been strategy here. And if that's not the case right now, if you're thinking that's not me at this current point in time, then this is you in the very near future taking this into your own hands and saying, okay, I'm going to be practical about this. I'm going to move forward in a strategic way. And I'm going to figure out, you know, what is the best course of action for me at this point in time. And so again, we're going to go back to this energy here. And sorry, just to point out too, with this timing is critical. So that really just confirms what I was saying. So this could be down to divine timing for some of you, which is why you may not be seeing results just yet. Maybe there is again, because we are talking about what's hidden, right? So this could be something that, you know, you're sitting there going, well, this has really put me in the state of disappointment, perhaps, right? Because I'm not seeing the results that I want. Meanwhile, the universe is going, well, we're working behind the scenes here to bring you the results that you want, because you're putting in the effort, we see that, and we're helping you out here, but you just got to work with us a bit because, you know, there's other things that need to fall into place, or there's other things at play, and so, you know, things need to happen again with this, like this chess game, in a strategic way. And actually, you know, what I'm thinking here now is that it's almost like you're playing a game of chess with the universe. And so you're here making your move, and the universe is saying, well, okay, hang on a second, because I've got to make my move, and then, you know, we see how this game plays out, right? So, you know, for some of you, that could sort of be the case, you know, but you're not aware of what the universe is actually doing at the moment. And I feel a lot of that too is based on this fear thinking, and, you know, with the Eight of Swords, I mean, this is about feeling trapped, but it's in the mind, because the swords are mental state, right? So this is about your thoughts and all about the mind. So this could be even telling yourself that you're not good enough for the things that you desire, or that because you're not seeing the results right now, well, I guess I wasn't good enough, I guess I'm not good at this. For instance, if you're an artist, right, I guess I'm not a good painter, I guess I'm not a good drawer, right? Because no one's buying my artwork, or, you know, this business that I had to sell my art hasn't taken off. Nothing's happening. You know, I've been trying to contact art galleries, and they're not wanting to take my work. Obviously I'm not good enough. So maybe, you know, some of you, because you're not seeing the results yet, are putting yourselves in this restrictive sort of mindset, and entrapping yourselves in this tower that we have here, right? When you don't need to be. And in fact, things are working for you in the background. Because again, you know, I'm going to point it out again. We've got the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, two of the best cards to get in the deck of tarot, right? So you're not as trapped as you feel. If you're feeling that way, or if you're feeling like I'm not good enough, or if there's any sort of limiting beliefs that you're putting on yourself right now, the key is to let go of this. And I just said key, and it's bringing me down to this new moon in Leo card. So yes, confidence is your key to success. So this is about you guys believing in yourself in order to... It's not more about believing in yourself in order so much to move forward, because I do feel like you've put in the work and things are happening, but more in the background at the moment, and you're not necessarily seeing the results just yet. So it's more about believing in, yes, yourself, but also I feel like believing in the universe and having that faith in divine timing, having that faith that things will fall into place when they are meant to, for you, right? And so sometimes too, it's interesting if we actually take a look back at some of the things that we've done in the past and see the progression of how things fell into place and how they worked out. Because most of the time, you know, yes, we do fall into that way of thinking when we start something and we say, well, I really, really want this right now. You know, like, why can't I have it now? Like, you know, I really want it now. Even though we know deep down inside that perhaps it's not meant for us right now, or it's not possible necessarily right now, in the sense of, not the impossible, but in the sense of, you know, maybe there's other things at play, or other things need to happen first, you know, like I just spoke about. But we're still in that sense of like, oh, I really want this now, I want this now. And of course, you know, things don't work out that way. And, you know, maybe there's a month later that we get what we wanted. Maybe it's even a year later that we get what we wanted. And we think, oh God, that was, you know, like took a year for me to get there. But if we actually look back at some of those things now, where we are, and we go, actually, I understand now why that played out the way that it did, why it happened the way that it did. And if I was to go back now knowing this, I wouldn't want what I wanted to happen immediately. You know, I wouldn't want it to happen the very next day. You know, things needed to happen the way that they did. So I feel like that's what's happening for you guys right now. But you need to be aware that you do bring light to this world, that you are worthy of this that you are trying to manifest, that you have already manifested. You already have planted those seeds. The growth is happening. You're just not necessarily seeing this growth right now, but it is coming to fruition. It's already happening behind the scenes, I feel. And it's more perhaps universe at play here. And you know, the thing with the Knight of Cups too, like I said, perseverance, right? So I feel like the universe is telling you here, your spirit guides are telling you, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. You may not be seeing, you know, immediate results right now, but trust me, the energy that you're putting out there, right? The effort that you're putting in to this right now is breeding results, okay? It's like you watering this plant, this tree, okay, that you've grown your pentacles on, right? You've got some pentacles here. Now maybe this is what you're wanting to see, right? This 10 of pentacles. Well, I only have 7 pentacles on this tree, but I wanted 10. Why isn't there 10? Right? But it's still growing. There's still growth happening. There's still things that are going on with this tree, right? Maybe your other pentacles are little buds right now, waiting to grow. But you're not seeing that. You're just seeing these 7 pentacles and you're going, yeah, okay, well, it's okay, but it's not really what I wanted. You know, this is not what I wanted to see. But this 10 of pentacles is coming in for you. You're just not aware of that right now. But it's like you need to keep watering the plant in order for that to get to that 10 of pentacles. If you're going to leave this tree, right? If you're not going to, or any plant for that matter, right? For instance, let's go back to like the flower analogy, right? And you want this flower to bloom. Now, you start off watering it and you don't see a lot of progress. You know, you see a little bit of growth, but you don't see as much progress as you want. And so, where's this flower? I really want to see this beautiful flower. But where is it? And you end up getting, what's the word I'm after? You sort of give up, right? There is a word for it. And you say, no, well, no flower. And you just walk away and you stop tending to the plant. You stop watering it. You stop, you know, feeding it with maybe some fertilizer or something. You know, maybe you don't even care whether it's getting sunlight or not. And you come back to it at one point and you say, oh, I suppose I'll just have a look at that flower. And you go, oh, the flower died. Right? Well, why did it die? Well, see, yeah, it wasn't good in the first place. And then you've now convinced yourself that, hey, that was never a good project, or I was never good at that. And you've now hindered your own success, right? Whereas if you'd have kept going back and gone, I will see the results. This flower will bloom. I just have to keep tending to it. I just have to keep putting the effort in. It's a steady progress, right? But it's getting me somewhere. It is going to get me somewhere. And so I feel like that is what you guys are needing to understand right now. And that's perhaps what you're not seeing right now, is that yes, you are putting in the effort, and I know you want to see immediate results, but they will come. But you've got to keep sort of going with the daily grind. You've got to keep on with what you've been doing and just have that faith in yourself and faith in the project that this is going to work out. Whatever this is that you're working on, whether it's creative or not, but we'd assume so, right, with the Ace of Wands. Sorry for that loud noise, guys. That's going to lead you to your 10 of Pentacles. It's going to lead you to your 10 of Cups, okay? So that stability, that emotional fulfillment. It will happen, but you've got to keep pressing on. You've got to stay with it. And trust me, guys, I am a huge advocate. I am one of these people that have done that so many times in my life. If I could list off the amount of projects that I have started, I had this great idea, I had that great idea, and I told myself that exact same thing. I said, I was not good enough. That project failed because of me, or the fact that, that wasn't obviously for me, or that wasn't going to happen anyway, because I didn't see the overnight results, because I sort of lost interest because I wasn't seeing what I thought I was going to see. Well, nothing's happened. It's been like a week. But, if I'd have just let it go for maybe another week or another month, I would have started to see things happen. I would have seen the change, the transformation, right? Again, going back to the dragonfly. But I didn't have the patience with myself. I didn't persevere, and I just went up and I walked out the door, which, you know, now I look back at that and I say, I wish I hadn't done that, because I probably have a ton of achievements now under my belt with all these ideas, which I actually now realize were actually really good ideas. But I just didn't see them through. And that's a shame. But, you know, I vow now when I start something to see it through. And that's what, you know, Spirit, and that's what the universe is trying to tell you guys right now, to have that perseverance, to keep going, because you are going to get to your 10 of Pentacles and your 10 of Cups. So, this was your reading, guys. I really hope it was helpful. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed my channel. Leave me a comment down below if this did resonate, or if you'd like to say anything to me or about the channel. Other than that, guys, I will see you on the next reading. Take care. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. So this is your reading. What is being hidden from you? So this is something that you're not seeing. This could also be something that's going on in the background, and you're just not aware of it yet. It hasn't been brought to light. I have dealt tarot, of course, and a couple of oracle cards for you, but we do have some main energy here for this reading that I picked from my Making Magic cards. So yours says, time to shine, creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. So let's have a look at your tarot. We have the Death card, clarified by the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Swords, clarified by the Hierophant. And we have the Six of Wands, clarified by the Five of Wands. We also have the Dark Night of the Soul with number 11 there, master number. We also have Life Brings New Meaning with that card. And we have adjustments are required with third quarter moon. So let's get into this. Now, already, guys, I'm picking up two separate energies, so bear with me. I'm going to talk about the Hierophant first. I believe that this is in terms of a relationship, a marriage. If this is not you right now, if you're not in a marriage or haven't been in a marriage, then don't despair. This still may be your pile, because I do have another energy that I'm feeling here, so please hang in there. So I'm going to start off with this, the Hierophant. So this could be, like I said, you may be married, you may have a commitment to somebody, right? Or had a commitment to somebody, because we do have the Death card here. So I feel like there's some kind of an ending that's been happening here in terms of this relationship. So you may be looking perhaps at ending this relationship, or perhaps you have ended this relationship, or there's some kind of ending that is happening within this marriage. There's some kind of transformation happening here, because of course the Death card represents transformation as well. So for some of you, this could be like perhaps separation, divorce, but for others of you, I feel like this is just general transformation in the relationship that is occurring to move on to newer energies, right? Sort of like a rebirth perhaps type scenario. Now we do have the High Priestess here, which is confirmed with by the Death card. So, or rather, sorry, the Death card is confirmed by the High Priestess. So again, the High Priestess, she can talk about balance. So there may be a need for more balance in this relationship right now. There may be a lack of balance, but she is also, and you know, there's the dark and the light here as well, right? So on the traditional card with the Rider-Waite, you've got the two pillars next to her. One is black and one is white. Now, of course, here she's standing on, again, it's a bit of a chess reference, really, similar to pile 1, with the checkered board that she's standing on. But, you know, this is the light and the dark, and of course, we can't have any light without the dark. So this is sort of acknowledging both the dark and light energies within ourselves, and just in general, that they exist, right? The light and the dark. And also, Spirit's just cluing me in. You could be in a relationship with somebody who is your opposite, you know, so a yin and yang type scenario. So maybe you two are very different from each other. But this high priestess, she's very spiritual, right? So there may be a spiritual connection between you two, or you feel very connected to spirit, or there's some kind of psychic connection going on here. You may be a psychic, you may be into spiritual psychic stuff. Okay, so that may be something here as well, but it's also about intuition as well, and really listening to your inner voice. So I feel like right now, that's very important for you guys to understand and to know, to listen to your inner voice to help guide you forward during this time. Now we do have the Seven of Swords. So now the card here says, with the time to shine, this creates energetic resonance for golden opportunities. So I feel like this is an opportunity for you guys to really transform this relationship into something a lot more positive, because we do have the Six of Wands here, which is about victory and success. Now, the thing with the Seven of Swords card here is it can represent a few different things, right? So this is sort of like known as the trickery theft card. Someone who's being a bit deceiving, trying to get away with something, and they're hoping no one sees, basically. So you may have felt deceived perhaps in this relationship to some extent, but of course, you know, it can be flipped as well. You may be the deceiver, right? And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here, guys, so sorry if it comes out, it comes out. You know, but this may be the case, so Spirit may be calling some of you out a little bit right now at the moment. But there is some kind of like deception sort of going around this Hierophant energy at the moment. So what's being hidden from you, what you're not seeing, and this is about what you're not seeing. So I'm going to take it more as it's the other person's energy that's coming in with this Seven of Swords right now. So there may be some trickery going on here, some kind of deception happening here within this relationship right now that you're not seeing. And I feel like by tapping in again to that High Priestess energy, you're going to help uncover what this really is, and you're going to figure out how to move forward again to that Six of Wands energy, right? To that success, to that victory. Now, you know, this is all about, you know, someone who thinks they can get away with something. Nobody's looking. You know, I can get away with it. In the traditional Rider-Waite, of course, you do have the guy standing there. He's picking up the swords. And, you know, you've got the other people around with their back turned. So I think there's two other people, and they've got their backs turned. So it's like, you know, he thinks, oh, I'm sweet. I'm getting away with this because no one can see, right? But as my mother always said when I was a kid, the truth always comes to light, right? Which it does. So this person is not going to get away with this, right? Even though they're thinking that they are. So this, you know, may be them getting their karma, or at least you're going to uncover the truth here, right? So there may be some clarity that's gained here in order for you to be able to see a pathway forward and make the right choices for yourself in moving forward with this relationship, right? And we do have the Dark Night of the Soul here. Life brings new meaning. So I feel like this is you too as well, working through some of that shadow stuff, some of the dark, in order to discover the light, to find that light, and your own light too, right? Time to shine, to find your own path and your own way through this for your success, right? And stability and victory out of this situation. So, and again, you know, even with the Hierophant here, much like the High Priestess, right? He is sitting on the checkered board. So again, there's that nod to the light and the dark. So we have the Five of Wands here, which is clarified by the Six of Wands, sorry. So I want to point out too, we do have two sets of Wands energy, of course, and two sets of Swords. So there may be some fire energies here and some air energies. So Aries, Leo, Sag, or you may be Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. You don't have to be. But we do have the Five of Wands here, and this is all about conflict, okay? This is disagreements, this is arguments, this is people not getting along, not seeing eye to eye, right? So this may be an occurrence in your relationship right now, if this is a marriage for some of you. So you may be, there may be some arguments had. You guys may feel like you're not on the same page right now. You're not even listening to each other. Maybe there's a lot of arguments that have been happening, and there's a lot of talk, but there's no listening. There's no understanding, right, of the other person's viewpoint. And so maybe this is something that you're really trying to work through in order to get to some more sort of peace, or at least again, maybe perhaps uncover the truth to something, gain some clarity, right? And the thing about this card, the sort of more advice that sort of comes with this card is to, and it's hard, when we are in sort of a disagreement with somebody, or perhaps, trapped in that energy of, I don't want to say sort of anger, I don't want to say it like that, but when we are sort of hot-headed, we're in that sort of energy field of like, like this is happening, we're going to talk about this, okay, and then, one person goes at it, and then the next person sort of comes up and starts going at it too, and sort of like these emotions that aren't really that healthy is sort of like building up, and we're sort of like, and I'll say it, like I mentioned this in one of my motivational talks the other day. It's an argument for argument's sake, right? And then I made a reference to Monty Python, if any of you like Monty Python, to the argument sketch, because of course you've got this guy who turns up and he says, "Hello, I'd like to have an argument, please." And there's no reason for it, but he just decides he wants an argument, and they charge for arguments, and he wants to have one, and so he does. But it's that thing, So be mindful during this time right now that, this isn't what that is, an argument for argument's sake. So it really takes a lot of self-control to have both parties sort of take a step back and say, okay, look, we're not on the same page right now, but let's take a step back. Let's give each other a chance to talk, to speak. So one needs to speak, then let the other person speak, and vow to do your best to listen and understand the other person's perspective. Because it's very easy, especially once we're high up in our emotions as well too, and we're feeling certain things, and it's hard for us to pay attention to what the other is really trying to say. And we can hear them, but are we really listening? And so it is important, I feel, for you guys at this time to offer up that opportunity to really hear each other out, okay, in moving forward. And that could be a key to a successful transformation in this relationship, right? Moving forward into something a lot more better, and a lot more light, letting a lot more light in, right? And we do have adjustments that are required here with the third quarter moon. So again, I feel like that sort of works with that Five of Wands as well. So it's sort of like a compromise almost, but not like you're just trying your best to work with each other and be respectful to each other. And I think that is the best way at this point in time to move forward in order to get that transformation happening within this relationship. And again, it is important to, yes, hear the other person out. It doesn't necessarily mean that you still have to agree with that person, but it's just offering up the opportunity to try and gain an understanding of where that person is coming from. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to agree with that perspective, but it's more knowledge at the end of the day, right? It's more wisdom. It's more light that's being shed on this situation for you right now, and to gain that word clarity, right? That you're gaining out of this in order to help you go within, right, with that High Priestess energy, and to figure out what steps need to be taken in order to move forward, okay, with this relationship. So I feel like for you guys, what's happening right now that you're not seeing is that I think you're a bit shrouded right now in this Five of Wands energy. Maybe there's been a lot of arguments. There's been a lot of what felt like chaos and it's been a lot of hot-headedness, perhaps even. But really what you guys need to do here is just take a step back and try and, listen to one another and move forwards in a bit more of an understanding and respectful way, and see how that can really sort of shed some light and make some positive transformations perhaps in this relationship. So I do actually feel like perhaps you were still with this person. I did say at the beginning this could be a divorce or a separation, but I feel like if it was anything, it'd probably more be a separation than a divorce. However, if it is a divorce, perhaps if you're not with this person and you don't intend to be in the future, then I feel like this is more just you sort of making peace with this situation, and maybe not sort of almost letting go of this Five of Wands energy to bring yourself into more peace and more harmony, to where, like with this dark night of the soul, to where life brings new meaning for you. Again, you're shedding light in the darkness here. But I do feel there is clarity that can be found, that is there for the taking for you guys right now. You just need to be accepting of it and say, okay, I want this clarity. Let's, pull back. Let's work together to gain this clarity so that we can move forward. Now, for those of you that aren't in a marriage, okay, if this isn't a relationship, there's a couple of things I want to say here. So the Hierophant can also talk about at being a mentor, right? So you may be a mentor for somebody. Somebody may be a mentor for you right now. You may be working with somebody, right, to gain new skills towards something. This can also be study as well. So you may be at school or something like that, studying some kind of a subject. And so I just want to say, for some of you too, with this Seven of Swords, you may want to be careful moving forward. This is what you may not be seeing right now. Putting all of your eggs in one basket with someone right now who may be saying to you, well, I've got the answers, right? I'm the, not necessarily guru, but, I'm just getting the energy of like someone saying, well, I can really help you level up, or I can help you move forward, to that Six of Wands energy, right? I'm going to help you move forward. And, they're sort of saying, I can do this for you, and I can do that for you, and I can do that for you. And that may seem great. And maybe you even did get that sort of sense of, is this too good to be true? I don't know. But, this person seems to really want to help me out. They want to mentor me. They want to coach me. They want to, and so you're working with this person and sort of, I don't want to say hanging off their every word, but you're really sort of in their energy, and, okay, yeah, well, I can do this and I can do that to move forward. And they're wanting to help you with this Death card here, make this transformation, right? Whatever this is that you're working towards, this time to shine. Maybe there's something that you've been heading towards or working towards. And, this person's saying, well, I can help you with this. I can really help you with your growth, right? But in the background, their intentions aren't that great. And some of you may need to pay attention to this, or at least try and, again, maybe get some clarity on the situation. Clarity may be coming for you, again, with that High Priestess, by listening to your inner self. So this may be that kind of scenario here where, someone may not be as genuine and honest as they're saying. Okay, and it's kind of like that saying of, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. So there could be someone right now, and only take this if this resonates, guys, that you may be getting advice from, or someone that's vowing to help you out with something, and their intentions are actually not to help you, but rather to help themselves. And so they're giving you the illusion that, yes, I'm helping you out, but really they're sort of veering you off in another direction, sort of almost a detour. And they're saying, oh, yeah, if you just, go this way and do that. And, oh, yes. And meanwhile, they're keeping themselves on track, but they're putting you off track, right? And you put your trust in this person, and you're saying, oh, like this person's really, enthusiastic and really wanting to help me get this Six of Wands energy. but you've sort of had that feeling perhaps with that High Priestess energy that something might be off. So if that resonates with you, that could be for some of you, yeah? And the other thing too is, for some of you too, this could be a bit of past energy as well. Maybe you felt like you were deceived by a lot of people in the past and that hindered your success. With that Five of Wands energy being about conflict and arguments and things like that. Maybe you had a lot of that energy in the past, but you're transforming from that now. You're moving on from that energy. And, for some of you too, this could be, like I said, study. You may be studying something in order to get yourself out of this kind of energy as well. Like, I'm moving on. I'm allowing myself time to shine now. I'm leaving this situation behind. I'm leaving this energy behind. I'm leaving these people behind, and I'm going now for the things that I want. For some of you too, this could be religion, so some sort of religious studies or something. Some of you may be even studying something a bit more spiritual, a bit more psychic. You might be psychics. You might be studying tarot even. Something like that. But I feel like perhaps you've felt deceived. For some of you, it's a past tense scenario, and you're trying to move on from that now. But yeah, in general, guys, I just feel like just be careful who is around your energy field right now, who's in your inner circle, because as sad as it is to say, guys, not everybody is trustworthy, and unfortunately, we do go through some of these Seven of Swords moments and things like that in order to make these realizations about certain people. Not everybody has the best of intentions, but it's up to us to sort of, have our wits about ourselves and sort of, tap into how we really feel about a situation or a person or something like that to guide us forward, and to, sort of trust ourselves and how we feel about something, our own intuition, right? Because your intuition is, one of the best, what's the word I want to say? It's your best asset is what I'm trying to say. It's one of your best assets. What else am I getting here, guys? So yeah, adjustments are required. So maybe you're working with someone too, and maybe you're not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you're the mentor or they're the mentor, and you're just not seeing eye to eye right now. There's some kind of conflict. There's some kind of, you're just not on the same page. There's a disagreement here, not sort of lining up. So maybe some adjustments are required here. Maybe there's some talks that need to happen here. There's again, a scenario of pulling back and saying, hey, look, hang on a second here. Before we move forward, let's, talk this out, or let's, see what it is that's sort of making us separated right now and not on the same page. And this may be hindering opportunities coming into you as well. If you're not on the same page with someone, if there's conflict, if there's, sort of, it's like you're creating a ripple in the water or something, you know what I'm saying? And it's disrupting that calm, the flow of the ocean, or the river, or whatever sort of body of water you want to imagine. And with the dark night of the soul, again, it's acknowledging too the dark and the light. So not, again, I'm going to say it again. Everybody, I don't want to pose it as good and bad, because I'll be honest with you guys, I've come more now to the understanding that it's not so much good and bad. That's just labels we put on something. There's the dark and the light, yes. There's the shadow, and there's, but it's all encompassing. It is just who we are. Yes, we do things that it's either you're in alignment with yourself or you're not. Okay, it's the basics of it. Right? So you're either doing something that is for your highest good, right, or for somebody else's highest good, or your or the collective, or you're not. It's either that, yes or no. So you're either in alignment with everything and yourself and your goals and wishes and all that sort of stuff, or you're not. And so this is about accepting that there are, both sides to ourselves. There's the light and there's the dark as well. And neither are really good or bad, but it's just accepting that, those two sides exist. And this is where this conflict may be coming from, perhaps as well, or what may be hindering perhaps progression forward. But also too, I think this is an acceptance as well for you guys. I think this is acceptance that those two parts exist in order for you to move forward, to realize that, maybe, because nobody's perfect, guys. Nobody is perfect. And, it's impossible to be. It really, really is. But in the sense too of what is perfection, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to really delve deep into that and to analyze what is perfection and have some kind of a definition of it. Yes, you can go to the dictionary, but but in general, like, really, what is perfection? Same as people say, abnormal and things like that. Well, what's normal? Is there really a normal? So we're all individuals. We all do our own thing, and this is about you guys bringing in that energy right now, or allowing the energy that's already surrounding you, right, with these opportunities to come in, for you to really accept that and to move forward and to take that success and that victory, because that's what the Six of Wands talks about, success and victory. And this is about you guys really moving forward in a positive way. But it's moving through some of the dark parts first, or at least accepting that those dark parts aren't really something that you're going to move on from. They're just there. And it's that understanding and acceptance of, acknowledging that in order to move forward. Does that make sense, guys? I mean, also too, with the Seven of Swords, this can be trying to skip ahead, not wanting to put the work in. So like I said, for some of you guys, if this is study, maybe you're trying to take a shortcut, right? And for you to get to these opportunities and to get to your success, maybe there really isn't a shortcut for you right now. And so maybe this is spirit or the universe sort of saying to you, you're going to have to go the long way around. Sometimes there really is no other way to do it. There's just one way, right? And that's putting in the effort from start to finish. No cheat sheets, no shortcuts, like I said, right? So for some of you, and an example here too, like, I'm at school and I really want to get this degree, or I want to get this certificate, or this, achievement, right? But I don't really want to put the effort in. I don't really want to put the work in. So, you're trying to find ways to get around that. Maybe you're, I can get notes from my classmates, so I don't need to actually take notes in class, because they'll just give me their notes, right? Or something like that. Whereas Spirit's saying, no, you need to be putting in this effort yourself. You need to be putting in this work yourself. You need to be taking the notes, because all of this is going to lead to your success. Shortcutting is not going to get you guys anywhere. And at the end of the day, really, what have you learned from your course of study if you're not the one putting in the effort, right? And sometimes, well, actually, most of the time, it's all about the journey. And if we were to shortcut, or if we were to just, I don't want to take this journey, I just want to get straight to point B. I want to go from A to B. It doesn't happen like that. But even if you were able to, right, and shortcut it somehow, you may have missed out on some really great things, or some key things that would make more sense to you having come to the destination now than it does at the present moment. Does that make sense? So, like, how do I describe this? Imagine you've just moved to a new place, yeah? And you need to figure out how to get around, okay? Because, this is a new place. I don't know where I am. And you could go for a walk and you could figure it out yourself, and you could say, oh, okay, well, there's this street here, and if I go down here, oh, that's where the supermarket is, okay, and then this is where this is, and so on and so forth, and you start sort of getting your bearings of what's around, right? Now, you could have an offer from someone, oh, is this where you want to go? You want to go to the store? I can take you right there. And so you go, oh, yeah, great, okay, sure. And so they take you, and then someone else says, well, I'll take you next time if you want to go next time, And you're not learning the streets, so you're not learning about the area, because every time you're getting this lift and you're maybe chatting in the car, or you're not even looking out the window, not paying attention to the street names, and all of a sudden you realize, you've lived in this place for like a month now, and you still don't really know where anything is, because you skipped ahead from that part of the process, right? And so I just feel like this is not something that's going to help you guys right now. So you really do need to put the effort in, put the work in, and stay dedicated to this. There's really no shortcuts here, guys. I feel like the universe is telling you, Spirit's telling you, you've just got to go the long way around. So if that resonates with you, that's a message for some of you out there as well. And just going back to that Hierophant energy of mentor scenario as well. Some of you may have somebody right now who maybe is wanting to offer you advice, but they're wanting to give you shortcuts, and they're wanting to say, hey, there's a better way that you can do this. You don't have to go the long way around. You can take this shortcut, and it's so much easier, it's so much better. But I would say for you guys, if someone is offering you that right now, just again, get into that high priestess energy and really listen to your intuition and what it's telling you about this person's energy and the situation in general, because this may not be a good thing for you to proceed with. And again, it may just be that scenario of having to take the long way around. Sometimes there's just no getting out of it. We just have to, there's just one way to get there, and it's that, that long journey, but, at the end of the day, you're getting to that Six of Wands energy. And, even with my channel, for instance, which, is still gradually growing, but with my Instagram, for instance, guys, I've had so many people message me, I can make your YouTube channel grow so much more, and, contact me, I'll help you, and I've got a shortcut, I've got an easier way of doing this, and, you'll have growth within, a certain amount of time, and, if you just put your trust in me, and I know straight away from the energy that I sense, and I also know too, like, again, sometimes there is no shortcuts, and so I do not take any of these people up on their offers, but I do think it's quite funny because I get them so many times a day. I can help you, I understand the YouTube algorithm, I understand the SEO, I understand all this stuff, and yes, okay, that's great, that's very good, but no thank you. Okay, so just be mindful of that. But this was your reading, guys. I really hope that this was helpful and shed some light on the situation right now of what's being hidden. So I do hope that you guys will like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do leave me a comment down in the comment section if you enjoyed today's reading or you'd like to say anything to me. And other than that, I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to today's reading. So today we are asking the question, what is being hidden from you? What are you not seeing right now? Or what's working for you behind the scenes? So we have the tarot, of course. I have 2 oracle for you, and I'm starting off with a Making Magic card, which is going to be your main energy for this reading. And you guys got the Trinket 5, so 555, which is manifesting money and income. So you guys may be seeing 555 around a lot lately, or 5 may be a number that you resonate with, and 5 is change. Okay, so there is change on the horizon for you guys. So if you're feeling right now like you are in a less than financial situation, or something that's not satisfying you right now in the material financial sense, things are changing for you guys. Okay, there is change on the horizon. Now let's get into your tarot. we have the Sun, which is clarified by the Four of Cups. We have the Eight of Wands, which is clarified by the Magician. And we have the Two of Pentacles, clarified by the Four of Swords. And your two oracle cards, we have number 10, that might mean something for you guys, with Cosmic Ancestors, voice your concerns. And we have a personal issue, reaches resolution, with full moon in Cancer. Some of you may have Cancer in your chart, or maybe Sun, Moon, Rising. Also with the Sun card there, you may be a Leo, again, Sun, Moon, Rising. But let's get into this, okay? So we're asking the question, what is being hidden from you? So I think in general, guys, this is all about you unaware that there are certain opportunities for you right now to make more income or to have some kind of transformation happen in your finances section, right, of your life. So this is all about, again, money and income. Now, what I want to say here, actually, I'm going to address this card first. We have Cosmic Ancestors, voice your concerns. So I feel like that paired too with the Four of Swords, because sometimes this can talk about like grief and things, right? So, and here, of course, it's portrayed as someone in their grave. So this could be your ancestors coming through for you in this reading. They may be helping you out a lot right now in terms of your financial stability. So, your ancestors are wanting you to communicate with them and talk to them, because they may have some messages for you personally, right, that's going to help you out with your situation, or they are in... what's the word I want to say? They are helping you out right now with your situation. So they are part of the reason why you are here today and why your finances are going to be changing. So I want to start off with the Magician as well. So the Magician is all about manifestation, okay? So you guys have manifested this. You really have. So this has come down to you. So all of this change and transformation that's happening right now within your finances is because of you. Okay, so this is something that you have manifested, that you have put out into the universe, and now you are ready to reap the rewards. And of course, we do have the Eight of Wands there, where she's ready to take her harvest, right? So this can also talk about the Magician, about having certain talents and abilities. So I feel like you guys are going to transform your current financial situation by way of some kind of talent or ability that you guys have. Maybe you've already been doing this, and so, as I said, with the Eight of Wands here, now you are ready to reap the rewards of this. So you may have put something out there to the universe that showcases your abilities, and now you are going to start seeing some financial reward in that. So we have the Sun card here, which talks about happiness, right? Which also is more about the self as well, so being our true selves, and sort of shining within that. It can also be a bit of a nod to our inner child as well, so something that where our inner child is really flourishing and happy. And it's confirmed here by the Four of Cups. So what I'm sensing here is that happiness is actually in your energy field right now. It is surrounding you right now, but it's kind of like you're not aware of it. You're not seeing it. And just with the Rider-Waite Tarot, if you guys are aware of what that card looks like in terms of the Four of Cups, you'll know that there's a guy who is sitting underneath a tree. He's got his arms crossed, and he looks kind of either bored or sort of not interested in what's going on around him, right? And there is a cup, there's 3 cups that he's focusing on, and the 4th cup is sitting off to the side, which, he's not even aware that that's even there. And he's sitting there looking at these 3 cups going, oh, well, I really wish these 3 cups would be 4. And the fourth cup is right there, but he's not seeing it because he's just so focused on these 3 cups, or he's just not in awareness of his surroundings, right? So with this one here, I find it interesting because we've got the lady here, she's in the tower, and obviously perhaps we assume maybe trapped in this tower, right? And it's funny too because she's got the key. It's attached to her. So she's sitting there looking like she's bored. I'm sick of this life. I don't want to be here. I wish I could get out of this. I'm bored. This doesn't serve me anymore. And she's like pushed the 4th cup off of the balcony here. No, don't want it. Not interested. Don't care. But the key is right there. She's got the key with her. So, and I mean, I initially when I looked at this card, I did kind of think of the 5 of Cups, and I thought that perhaps this was an accident. She's spilt the 4th cup. Oh no, now look what's happened, and now I'm disappointed and I'm sad. But it does actually look like she's just tossed it aside. She's done it herself. She made that choice. I'm not interested. Not having it. And actually, that makes me think again back to the Rider-Waite version, right? You got the guy with his arms crossed, like, nah, not having it, not interested. And it's funny, and I did speak about this in one of my readings, if I remember correctly. This was a reading I did quite a few months back. But when I used to work at a hotel, right? And I ran conferences and events. And one of the things that I used to tell my staff members, right? Because we, obviously working in hospitality, you've got to be hospitable. So you have to be approachable, you have to be, smiling and, polite and all those things, right? And if we'd have these big dinners and things like that, which we always do gala dinners and so on and so forth, for like 1,000 people and all that kind of stuff. And I'd have my staff members standing literally against the wall or leaning up against the wall, and they'd have their arms crossed. And I would come in and I'd say, guys, this is not professional. And I would explain to them, look, and I would show them too. I'd stand there and I'd cross my arms and I'd say, okay, yeah, cool, how's it going? And I'd say, do you think you could come up and approach me? And they'd say, in a professional sense. And they'd say, oh, no, I suppose not. And I said, right, because it doesn't look very professional, does it? It looks like, oh, I'm bored, I don't care, I don't really want to be here. So I said, you guys have got to stop doing that. Stop crossing your arms. And so it's a similar thing with that 4 of Cups energy, right? He's just like, oh, I don't care. But in doing so, he's sort of like shutting off his energy, right? He's not allowing any new energy to come in or any opportunities for that matter. So what you guys have got to be aware of right now is not letting yourself get into that way of thinking or being in that kind of energy, because there could very well be the opportunity right beside you right now that is there for the taking, but you're not seeing it. You're not open to this right now. So this doesn't mean that it is in the near future, it's coming. It may well be right there. And even there might be a bit of frustration I'm sort of sensing from your ancestors of like, it's right there. You just need to see it. So there could very well be a solution to your problem right now if you feel that you are in a bit of a financial slump or some kind of situation where you're really wanting your finances to pick up, right? It's right there. And again, that takes me back to this 8 of Wands. The harvest is ready. You just need to take it, right? So I feel for you guys that it is right in front of your eyes, but you're not seeing what's there. So happiness is there for the taking, guys. You just need to be open to this awareness and just take what's there. Take what's yours. And it is yours, guys, because we have the Magician. So you guys are responsible for this. You've manifested this. It is yours. So it is time to reap those benefits. Now, again, we have the Crow I've just noticed here as well on the 8 of Wands. And that can pertain to ancestors as well. You may be seeing signs in terms of nature with birds and so on and so forth. So the ancestors, and he's holding a letter too. So I feel like your ancestors are like, hello, like, it's right there. We've been trying to get in contact with you. We've been trying to send you the messages, the signs. Now is the time. And I feel like you guys have just shut off to that right now, and you're not open to the opportunities, and you're not aware, you're not hyper aware of what really is going on around you. So there's it's a key for you guys right now to really open yourselves up to these opportunities and to what is around right now. Open your eyes. Spirit's kind of showing me like a baby when they're first born, you know, and they just open their eyes for the first time and everything is new, right? And they're so fascinated because like they've never seen anything before. Everything is brand new. And there's a you know, your spirit guides and your ancestors are wanting you to do that. Like look around you, because there is so much abundance in your energy field right now. Everything that you've manifested is coming to fruition. It's there ready for the taking. You just need to take it, right? And you guys may be in this energy right now of the Two of Pentacles. And again, just going back to this card, a personal issue reaches resolution. So it is there for the taking, guys. The solution is right there. You're just not seeing it right now. So going back to this Two of Pentacles. Now, in the general sense of, again, going back to the Rider-Waite. Sorry, guys, I know it's probably annoying when I do that, but sometimes, you know, there's no other way but to explain it but to reference the traditional, right? Although I love, you know, these really artistic interpretations. But it's about juggling things, right? Responsibilities, trying to sort of gain some kind of balance, right? And whenever I think of the Two of Pentacles, I always think of a juggler, all right? How he's trying to juggle. Now, you know, it's easy enough. Well, I say that. It's easy enough to juggle two balls, right? You know, but, you know, I'm pretty clumsy, so I probably couldn't even do two. But but in essence, it's not three, right? So you're juggling two things. But still, if there's a lot on your plate, right, it can seem like, okay, I've got a lot going on. But my focus, this is probably where your focus is right now, right, on these Two Pentacles. So I'm here, right, and I'm juggling these two balls. And I'm going, okay, this is what I got to keep my focus on, these two balls. Because if I drop a coin, and this is probably where your concerns are right now. If I drop a coin, I've got one coin left, right? One pentacle. And I can't afford to do that right now. I don't want that right now. You know, so you're super focused on, right, got to keep these two pentacles going, these two balls, right? Got to keep them going, got to keep this momentum going. And this may really be putting a lot of stress on yourself. I mean, guys, you may not even be getting sleep and stuff like that. You know, there may be a lack of like energy within you, right? Which could also too be a reflection of that Four of Cups energy, right? Like, I'm just over it. I'm over it. That's kind of the energy that I'm picking up from that card. That right there, I'm over it, right? But imagine, right, this is what you got to think about. Imagine, so a circus, we'll go with this circus scenario, right? So you guys juggling these two balls. Now you've got another juggler off on the sidelines, right, ready to throw you a third ball. Now you're definitely going to drop both those balls if you are not aware of this juggler with the third ball, right? That's just going to mess everything up. Everything's just going to fall to the ground. You go, oh, I've lost both pentacles now, right? Both balls. But if you're aware that this guy, this person, is on the sidelines, you're prepared, right, to catch that ball. Because you know he's there, and you know any minute now he's going to throw you that ball. And you're ready for it because you know about it. You're aware. You're hyper aware of your surroundings, right? This is the energy that you need to be in right now. Because this 5, right, this money, this income is coming to you guys. It's here to be harvested right here, right now. There is no wait period, guys. It is around you. It is in your energy field right now. And your ancestors, your spirit guides, the universe is saying, please, for the love of God, just look up and see what's there, because we are ready to give this to you, to hand it to you, literally. It's like I'm seeing now a spirit showing me like an awards ceremony, like a graduation or something, right? Where you're sitting in the front row and you're waiting for your name to be called out, right? And to go up and you shake hands and you take your diploma and you say thank you very much, right? Because you've achieved this, you've done this, you've put in the work. This is your efforts paid off now. This is all kudos to you, right? But you're sitting there going, well, wonder what I'm going to do after this. Should I go to the graduation party? What am I going to have for dinner? I'm kind of hungry. And your focus is completely elsewhere. And they're calling your name. They're saying, hey, time to come up to the stage, hey. And you're just sitting there completely aloof, right? Don't do that. The Spirit does not want you to do that right now. You need to be hyper aware of your surroundings. It is so important for you guys right now to not miss out on this opportunity, okay? And with this card, right, the way they've portrayed it on this Two of Pentacles, you've got a belly dancer. Belly dancers, right? They've got a bit of rhythm to them, you know. They are, I want to say, good at balance, right? They know how to work it, right? Use that energy. Take that on. You can do this. You can keep these Two Pentacles going. You may be thinking to yourself, I can't keep Two Pentacles going. It's too much as it is. And then, what, the universe is going to throw me a third one? Okay. You can do this, right? And again, it's that whole thing of like, you don't get anything thrown your way that you can't deal with. And even though we go through modes thinking, I can't deal with this, right? We actually find out later on that we did deal with it. We did get through it. And we are strong, and we do have the capabilities to do these things. So you have the ability to have this third pentacle thrown in, right? But you just need to be aware, because this allows you, as I said, with that, go back to that juggler analogy, right? For you guys to be prepared for this to come in. But once you know it's coming in and you're prepared, then all there is left to do is to accept it and to enjoy, to bring yourself into that sun energy, right? That happiness that is waiting for you. So with the Four of Swords here, yeah, I mean, I do feel like you guys perhaps are feeling like you're done. I don't want to do this. I'm sort of feeling two bits of energy from this card. So it's like, in one way, you know, there's a call to you guys feeling like, I need rest. You know, I'm not handling the situation maybe very well. You know, this is a lot for me to juggle, or even if it's just Two Pentacles, I'm just having trouble dealing with this right now. I'm not sure how to get the balance back in my life, you know, and all I really want to do is just like sleep it off in a way, really. I just want to rest up. I don't care anymore. I just want to be done with it, right? So that's one part of the energy I'm getting from this. And the other part, you know, it's like Spirit's telling you, if you have an opportunity right now, and I know that's hard because the Two of Pentacles does talk about juggling a lot of responsibilities, but if you have the opportunity right now to sort of rest up a little bit and be ready, like I said, prepared for this third pentacle, right, to come in, then you're going to be in the receiving position, right? And it's going to be a wonderful process, right? Again, this sun, this happiness, yeah. And you know, the sun being Leo too. Leo is also associated with the Strength card, right? So again, having the strength, you're right. You have the strength within you, right? To not only find balance and continue with this Two of Pentacles, but to accept the third. You're ready to reap your rewards. You have manifested this. This is all because of you. So don't shy away from it. Don't sit there and go, you know what, I can't. It's like Spirit's showing me now, you're at the end of the finish line, right? It's like the runners, they do these really, really long marathons, right? And they're going, I'm out of puff. Right, I'm just feeling like I can't. I want to just flop on the floor, kind of like this Four of Swords, right? I just want to flop on the floor. I'm done. But you are like 10 meters away, right? Or just, you know, a few feet away from the finish line, right? But you're just like, oh no, I know, but I just want to flop on the floor, like I'm done. But you have the opportunity to cross that finish line right now. It is right there. You can see it. Okay, it's not something way off in the distance. You're not at the start of this marathon. You guys have already done this marathon. This is the point. With this Two of Pentacles here, this is proof. You've taken on these responsibilities, you've juggled, you've kept it going, right? You've kept the momentum going. Spirit's seen this, universe has seen this, your ancestors have seen this, right? And now it's time, yeah, we're going to chuck you a third one. But you can handle it, we know that. You're already at the end of this marathon. You guys, right, if you just focus a little bit more, right, if you open your eyes, aware of your surroundings, you'll see that finish line is right there. And you go, oh, really? Is that close? Okay, all right, I just push myself that little bit further to cross that finish line. And that's where you guys are at right now. And that's what you guys are not seeing. That your goals, your accomplishments, your manifestations, right, coming to fruition, this gaining more income, more money, having that financial stability, all right, that happiness, it is not something that you are, no longer needing to sort of put any more effort into, or it's not the start of the journey. Like I said, you're at the end now. The rewards are here. You're reaping the benefits now. So there's no need to hold off any longer in accepting this and saying, yeah, this is, from my efforts, I'm ready to accept this now. You just need to be aware. You just need to open your eyes, because it is right in front of you. That's what Spirit wants to say. That's what the universe wants to say. It is right in front of you. And it's there for the taking. But you just need to wake up and see it, right? So, and like I said, this is what's hidden from you right now. So you're not seeing this currently at this point. So, and it is kind of maybe slightly separated. So I suppose I could say, for some of you, it's like, it's there, right, for the taking, but you're just refusing to see it. And then for others of you, it's coming in right now, but they want you to be open. They want you to open your eyes and be hyper aware of your surroundings, so that you're like that juggling situation. You're ready to catch when it's thrown to you. Yeah. So, this is a great reading, guys. So you're getting what you want here, okay? Things are changing in a really wonderful way. There's more financial stability coming in for you guys. But you just have to be ready to accept it. And you should be proud to accept it, because, like I said, the Eight of Wands, the Magician, this has come from you. This is all because of your hard work, your manifestations. This is from your talents, your abilities, the things that you're good at, what you have to offer the world. So be proud, be open to accepting this new abundance into your life. This was your reading, guys. I really hope it was helpful. And if you enjoyed today's reading, if you like my channel, please like and subscribe. Also, leave me a comment down in the comment section if you'd like to. Other than that, do take care, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye.
Hey, it's you! You came to the party! I made a special music playlist just for you. I always get messages from Spirit through songs. Oh wait, I am Spirit!
It's your time to party, and get down like before. It's your time to party, and get down like before.
So will you stay? There's a fun game coming up.
Sorry everyone, I think I did that. My scythe got caught up in the cords.
Who invited guests to the party anyway? We all know he's dead boring.
Who said that? I heard that. Why is everyone laughing? I hate going to parties.